Mermaids, mythical aquatic beings, have captured human imagination for centuries. With the upper body of a beautiful woman and the lower body of a fish, they epitomize the allure of the ocean. These enchanting creatures are often portrayed as both seductive temptresses and protectors of the seas. Before we go, please take a second to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss our future videos. Legends of mermaids can be found in folklore from various cultures, from Greek sirens to Scandinavian water nymphs. They symbolize the mysterious and untamed depths of the ocean, luring sailors with their songs and embodying the deep connection between humans and the sea. The enduring fascination with mermaids continues to inspire art, literature, and maritime lore. But why mermaids have remained so firmly in our collective consciousness remains a bit of a mystery. Perhaps the unknown depths of the oceans leave so much space in our imaginations that it's just easier to believe in mermaids. Do you still believe in mermaids? Let's dive into that weird watery world with 5 mermaid sightings you won't believe are real. Number 5. Mermaid off the coast of Greenland. Greenland. Now, full disclosure, mermaids are not real. Therefore, you definitely won't believe that any of these sightings are real because they are not. But anyways, let's get on with the other nonsense. There are a lot of things that are lurking in the ocean off the coast of Greenland, but are there mermaids? Well, I don't know about you, but this video, which appears to be looped over and over and over again, is hardly any kind of definitive proof. It alleges to show 2 submariners in a mini-submarine in the Greenland Sea when they see an underwater creature that they say was a mermaid. Well, this surely doesn't look like any mermaid I've ever seen before. But before we leave these creepy waters, there are actually cool creatures that live here that are real and that are not part of some film student's nonsense project. Like the Greenland shark. Slow-moving Greenland sharks are rarely captured on film. They prefer the cold, deep waters of the North Atlantic and Arctic region, and they can reach lengths of up to 24 feet, weighing as much as 3,100 pounds. Number 4. Mermaid caught in South Africa. Now, we'll dive into some more silliness and fairly determined efforts to go viral on the old internet. This time, we're in South Africa. But then again, there are also reports that this took place in Kenya. Those countries are very much at different ends of the African continent, so who could possibly say? But you know that when a video doesn't even know where it came from, it's definitely extremely reliable and trustworthy. The footage appears to show a half-human, half-fish creature, you know, like a mermaid. Of course, it could be a whole human stuffed into a fish. Who knows? There's always that possibility. But then again, I wasn't there, so how could I possibly know anything at all? The authorities have allegedly said that the video is a fake, and whether these authorities are South African or Kenyan or fake themselves, who knows? Number 3. Mermaid sighting in Israel. Next up, we have an alleged mermaid in Israel. This is the story of a bunch of apparent mermaid sightings in the town of Kiryat Yam back in 2022, and these glimpses of a so-called real-life mermaid have created such a stir that hundreds of extra tourists have been flocking to the Israeli town in hopes of seeing the mythical creature for themselves. Unlike some other local authorities with crazy sightings, the government has really leaned into the story. Well, I mean, there is a buck to be made in a bit of a boost of tourism, now isn't there? They've actually offered a $1 million reward to the first person who can successfully photograph the creature. It only appears at sunset and then performs a couple of tricks for people who are watching, and then she disappears again. Number 2. Man finds dead mermaid on beach. Finds dead mermaid on beach. Here we have an alleged discovery of a mermaid corpse on a beach in Norfolk in the UK. For starters, this is not really the usual depiction of a mermaid. It's especially gnarly and unpleasant and really not at all suitable for any person of a sensitive disposition, especially a mermaid fan. Right then, of course, this is definitely and totally for real, and there's nothing in the least that is any bit suspect about any of it, for sure. Apart from the fact that this is not only super fake, it's also super creepy. I mean, who in their right mind actually goes about constructing a corpse like this one? And then how do you really do it? What parts is this made from? It's like a dead, desiccated human body with a shriveled up old fish tail. That's all not very magical at all. This beach find was uploaded by some guy on Facebook along with the caption, "Today at Great Yarmouth, we found what looks like a dead mermaid washed up on the beach." Well, of course you did. It's definitely a genuine, bona fide mermaid body and absolutely not in any way related to his own interests. His Facebook profile literally states that he is a keen modeler of creepy figures and he's an active member of the horror and Halloween DIY Facebook group. Seems like we're going to need a call into Colombo if we're ever going to get to the bottom of this mystery. Number 1, Mummified Mermaid Mystery. Now, this may be a mummified mermaid, but the story that goes with it is even more gross than you would expect. According to ancient Japanese legend, if a person tastes the flesh of a mermaid, they will be granted immortality. This legend is based on a story which is retold across many different parts of Japan where a woman accidentally ate a little bit of mermaid. I mean, how one does this is not actually retold in the story and made clear. And then she lived for 800 years. Now, whether this is a blessing or a curse is probably rather subjective. I mean, would you eat a mermaid-based snackette if it guaranteed you a long life? Or would you rather skip the seafood cannibalism aspect of the technique? Tell me your thoughts down below. Anyways, here we have the so-called mermaid mummy that, according to a letter that was found alongside it, had been caught in a fishing net in the waters off of Kochi Prefecture. The story goes that it was simply sold at a market as an unusual fish, but one family saw that it was a mermaid and purchased it, keeping it as their treasure because of their apparent immortality-giving properties. Mermaids are worshipped by some in Japan, or at least they have been in history. And the story of this particularly dried-up old creature places the mermaid's capture somewhere between 1736 and 1941. But all of this is based on writings that date from the early 20th century. And while, frankly, mermaids are not real. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button below and subscribe. See you in the next video.